How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Surrounded by Bourbon with me, Phil Crawford, aka Causeway Whiskey. This is episode 35. Today we are back in Bourbon land and we are looking at Wild Turkey and the Longbranch release. So it's been around 2.5 years since I last reviewed Wild Turkey's Longbranch, which was their one-time collaboration with Mr. Alright, Matthew McConaughey. I say one-time collaboration because that collaboration actually ended as of December 31st, 2022, when Matthew McConaughey stood down as the creative director of Wild Turkey. So now the bottle actually only features Eddie Russell's signature, where previously we had Eddie's and Matthew McConaughey's, but going forward the liquid will remain the same. So the concept behind the Longbranch release was to produce a sipping bourbon that was approachable and perhaps a little bit milder compared to the classic Wild Turkey profile that audiences were kind of used to, but with the addition of the Mesquite charcoal filtering, sort of adding a unique twist to the turkey sort of flavor profile, while also giving a nod to Matthew McConaughey's Texas roots. Now, looking back to my previous review, I felt as though it kind of met its brief, but the fact that I could get the 101 Wild Turkey 101 expression back home quite a bit cheaper, I was kind of reticent to buy this again, because this was actually like £42, which would be probably just over $50 a bottle, and we could get the 101 for £35, so around probably $42. Anyway, since moving to the US and having a lot more bourbon available, I came across the Longbranch again, and I thought, why not give it a go again, you know? So let's go for round two. One of the big differences, I guess, actually being over here is the price. So this was actually $33, so quite a significantly bit cheaper than in the UK and Ireland. So that's around €28.50 or £25. So like substantially cheaper than the price that I paid back in the UK. It's still kind of roughly in and around actually the Wild Turkey 101 price here. But anyway, the liquid that's in the bottle it's 8 years old, even though it doesn't have an age statement. It's filtered with oak charcoal and also Texas mesquite charcoal, and then it's bottled at 43% or 86 proof. The mash bill is the standard Wild Turkey mash bill. It's 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. So let's get stuck into the nose and the palate, and then I'll see whether I would recommend buying this again. So nose-wise, you straight away are hit by that corn note, like buttered popcorn. Then you get like vanilla fudge. There's like cherry aid. There's some brown sugar, some orange peel. There is kind of like a vegetal light smokiness to this, alongside some menthol. There's anise, there's nutmeg. And then after a little bit of time, you start getting like a touch of ripe red apple. So, I mean, the nose is okay, it's not blowing me away. Definitely other bourbons are definitely a bit more punchy. This one's slightly tame, it's a bit relaxed. Not relaxed, it's a bit restrained, I should say. So, there's not a lot of oomph there. But still decent. Let's try the palate. Mouthfeel, it's fine. It's oily enough. I don't know if you can see it in the glass here, but the legs are fairly quick to appear. So the mouthfeel, yeah, it's fine. It's pretty sweet on arrival with a gentle kind of spice kick. So you're getting brown sugar, some vanilla, that orange peel again, maybe a touch of cream soda. And then there's a little bit of rye spice, there's clove. There's kind of like mild pink peppercorns. A little bit of cask char going on. There is that herbal note again, it's nearly kind of like roasted sage leaves. So if you ever use sage whenever you're cooking your pork chops, you kind of know. And there's a little leathery note to this as well. Again, palate wise, you know, it's pretty fine, it's okay. I'm not being blown away by it right now. And as you can see, I've worked my way through quite a bit of the bottle, but yeah. Anyway, finish. Have another sip. So finish is definitely a little on the short side. You're getting that popcorn note again. There's a bit of smoky cask char, a little bit of rye spice and caramel. And there definitely is like just a very hint of like an orange soda at the back. Score wise, how am I going to score this? I am going to give this a 5 out of 10. And my reasoning for that is, I think this is kind of comparable to the entry level Wild Turkey. And I think that's like Wild Turkey 81 is an absolutely fine, approachable bourbon, a decent sipping whiskey. And yeah, I mean, this is decent. The addition of the Mesquite charcoal definitely adds a little extra like presence to it, but not enough for me to score it higher than the Wild Turkey 81. And certainly at the price point within even the Wild Turkey range, I think like the 101 offers a much better drink. It's a much better value proposition. So honestly, I don't think I will be replacing the Longbranch in my whiskey cabinets. I think it's also just slightly underproofed, you know. I just don't think it really adds much more, as I said, than the Wild Turkey 81. So yeah, anyway, there you go, guys. This, not quite, I mean, it's definitely still a whiskey score. It's not a whiskey bore, it's not terrible whiskey. But I just think there's better out there for the money. So yeah, this will not be a repeat purchase for me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the review. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that sort of stuff that people like you to do with their YouTube channels, especially if you find this informative, entertaining, whatever. Next review will be heading back to Ireland, so keep an eye out for that. Until the meantime, have a great day. Sláinte.